Hello, this is Peter with PM Designs. In this video I'm going to show you how to make neon signs. It's really easy. I'm not going to show you how to animate that, that's quite straightforward. But yeah, let's get cracking to avoid that old YouTube cliche. So you could do this with text if you wanted to, so I'm just going to show you a quick example of how you get text in, just in case you don't know. Like that, bang, add object, text. Let me turn on my screencast keys. Screencast keys, there we go, right. And if you want to edit that, you just change that, let's call it neon, whatever. And then you can go into here, you can change the font down here. You go to settings, change the font, and you open that, and you've got all these lovely fonts to choose from. Many. So yeah, you could just change the font, and then do what we're going to do next. That's how you do it with text, but I'm not going to do it with text. I'm going to do it with an image I've got. Because just in case you wanted to make like a Neo Tokyo scene or something like that. So I've got my reference image. I've lowered it down just a little bit. I'm just going to add in a curve. This is quite fiddly, by the way, to do this, but I'm going to try and do it as quickly as I can, just to show you an example. So I'm just going to get my curve lined up with that, and then I'm going to go into edit mode and just turn off that. Rearrange the curve. Edit the curve to match the shape. Editing curves can be, yeah, like I say, a bit fiddly, but I'm just going to do it quite roughly for now. Okay, done that. And then I'm going to just duplicate that across and edit again with G. Editing with G. Edit the angle of the curve. There's probably a mathematical term for it, but I hate maths, so yeah. And then I'm just going to duplicate that again, select both those, duplicate that, bring it over here. Oh, sorry. Move on global. And let's just rotate by the 3D cursor. Yeah, and like that. We're just going to keep doing that. I'll come back to this one in a minute, because this is going to have to be like a going back on itself kind of curve. I'll duplicate this again. Across there. Obviously you don't have to keep duplicating the whole line, you can just duplicate a single vertex, I guess, in this. But yeah, I'm just trying to do it quickly, so I'm duplicating the whole thing. And then, so from here I'm going to bring that down, because otherwise it's going to go crazy. I'm going to bring that one up, just to maintain that curve. And I'm just going to press E to extrude a new vertex out, like that. And then rotate that around with G, like that. Okay, so it's for what I'm doing now, it's not that fiddly. But if you were doing some like cursive writing, it would get a bit complicated. And then I'm going to do this one again, just to do this whole thing over here. Ooh, that was fun. Alright, find my first point and my second point. Bring that up. Bring down the curve, bring this curve up, and again I'm just going to duplicate that to there, duplicate it over here. Alright, something like this, bring that in, and then duplicate that again for this one. Oh, it gets really hard to see which one is the main part of the curve now. And they're kind of straight. This is ugly. Trying to do this as quickly as possible, but like I say, when you do it, it's going to take some time. Alright, for this part, we're going to have to double back on itself. So we're just going to extrude down that way, and then adjust the curve. Let's bring that, oof, that's terrible. Bring that curve right in to here. Adjust this one slightly. And then bring this one up. So we've got a bit of a problem here, which is fine. So I'm going to select these two vertices, right click, click subdivide. So I've got another one in the middle to work with. And now I can make that a bit neater. Somewhere about there. Right, that's looking pretty cool. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to thicken it out. But before I do that, so I'm just going to extrude it down like that. Oh, that's why it's happening, because of the angle. If your neon sign was on a wall, you would have the parts where it's attached to the wall. So we're just going to bring all these in. I'm just going to do it for this one, just to give you an idea. Yeah. So it's going to look something like that. You want to have them all fixed to the wall. Anyway, right. So now we don't need the reference image anymore. We've got this. From our curve object properties, data properties, I'm going to go down to the bevel and just going to bring that up like that. It's really that easy. Yeah. So as you can see, this has a nice rounded edge because it's attached to the wall or whatever, and these are very square. So that's why I would want to bring all of them down. But yeah, so anyway, do that, and then we're just going to add a material, and it's done, basically. New material, which we're going to, the surface is going to be an emission, and I'm going to choose, I don't know, let's go with light blue. And I'm doing this in Eevee because you can use the bloom effect, which is quite nice, but if you did it in cycles, you don't get that bloom, and I'm just going to put it on 12. And there you go, that's it, a cool neon sign. If you wanted to, so yeah, like I said before, this is nice and rounded. These are all square, which actually looks kind of cool if you have it like that. And then yeah, so these are still a curve. These are still curves even. If you wanted to manipulate them in different ways, you would have to convert them into a mesh, like that. And now it's a mesh. Yeah, so you could actually just extrude. It was probably a bit easier actually to just do this. Extrude that on the Y and rotate it on the X, and then bring that down with a little divide in there. Yeah, do that a couple of times and you get a nice rounded edge. So there you go. Hope you found that useful. If you wanted to animate, I'll just add it in there because this is actually still quite quick. If you wanted to animate this, make it like flashing, all you have to do is add a keyframe on the strength of the emission. So I just hover over that and press I, and then I go forward to like 20. I'm going to put that down to, I don't know, 0.1, and then go to, I don't know, 30. It's on 12 again. Oh, I didn't press I. Whoops. 0.1. Press I to add a key. Insert a keyframe. Let's go forward to 25. Work out to 12 again. I to insert a keyframe. And then if I just bring this one closer, set my end of 25, select all of these, and put the interpolation mode on constant, and then we can have a little flash like that, which looks quite cool. Like live people with no clothes, whatever the word is for that. I'm not going to say it, but there you go. If you found that useful, please drop a like. Thanks very much.